Well, hello everybody. I'm Sara Sach. Welcome back to my crochet channel. And today's video is our live video chat. We try to do this every Tuesday, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And I'm so glad you're all here. Not that I wouldn't talk to myself, because I would. I love seeing all your names come down. I'm watching the conversation. I love that YouTube does that, watching your conversation before we get started. I usually try to jot down some notes and answer some questions, but I didn't see any questions. I have a table full of things to talk about today, and then some things that aren't on the table. So we got a lot to do today. It's going to be a busy day. And what is it I always say? Buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It's really not going to be too bumpy. I'll try not to talk too fast. I know I always get complaints because I talk too fast. I've been trying really hard on my videos to slow down and talk more clear. When I get excited about yarn and patterns, it's just really hard and I want to talk really fast. All right, so before we get started, let's clink in. Isn't this the cutest cup? I have two of these. All right, so today I'm drinking Aldi coffee that is a caramel. It's a seasonal one. They have, I picked up several. I got the pumpkin spice again. I know, I was never a pumpkin spice girl. And then it dawned on me there's no pumpkin in there. It's the spice that they put in the pumpkin. And I really love the pumpkin spice. And then I also bought pumpkin spice creamer that's sugar-free. But I bought the pumpkin spice coffee. I bought the caramel. I don't know if it's caramel or caramel, whatever you want to say it. Either way, they're yummy. And then I also got one called maple sugar, maple something. But it tastes like a pancake. It's really good. And sometimes I'll put the chocolate caramel in with the pumpkin spice. It's so good. So, but I did notice this week that my Aldi had the sugar-free chocolate peppermint creamer, which is my favorite, and more of the pumpkin spice. That's the Aldi brand that is sugar-free. So go hit your Aldi if you've got one. They've got tons of fun stuff. You know, they have that aisle, they call the aisle of shame. And they always just have super fun stuff. Now, they had mums, and I was going to get a couple of mums, but none of them that I looked at looked very healthy. They really needed a good watering. So anyway, I'll get some mums somewhere else. All righty. Now, did y'all clink in? Clinkety, clink, clink, clink. I see some clinkities. In case you don't know, I have it set up where there's like about a 3-second delay from what I'm doing and when I see it over on what you're getting, because I'm watching two screens. And so sometimes I'll look over there because I'm seeing the comments and I'm seeing where that screen is compared to mine. Alrighty, so if I wait a second, it's because I'm looking over at the other screen. It catches my eye and I'll wave my hand and then I'll realize it didn't happen. Then I'll look over there and then I'll wave my hand in that one. It's really kind of fun. Probably a little confusing too. Alrighty. Some of you asked about Rosie. She's doing fantastic. She had a little checkup sort of thing. We weighed her and everything. She's back up to 10 pounds now. And that's big for a Chihuahua, but she is a standard. She's not a mini like Maximo. He was a smaller Chihuahua. But I look down here because she's sitting down here on her poof. This girl is sound asleep, so you'll probably hear her. Sometimes she does this thing where she goes boop, 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 in her sleep. It is so funny. And then sometimes she snores, so you may hear her. But remember a couple of weeks ago, I was watching my grand dog, Clarabelle, and I brought her in here because I was going to show her to you guys. And she crawled over there. I have a pile of crochet blankets that I have been working on. And she crawled over there and got on those crochet blankets and she crashed. And she's heavy. She's probably 30 pounds. And I could not get her to come over here. And so in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be watching her again. And I'm also going to have my granddaughter here who just turned 13. And she said she'd pick her up and put her in my lap for me so I can show her to you. Clarabelle is just a mutt they got at the rescue. She is adorable and sweet and smart. And I keep telling them I'm just going to keep her and not give her back to you because she gets along really well with Rosie now. As a matter of fact, the couple of days that we watched her, we put them both at the foot of the bed. And when I got up in the morning, they were laying butt to butt. It was kind of funny. Anywho, I'll let you meet Clarabelle when I have her in a couple of weeks. All right, now, let's see. What did I miss on here? I have a couple of jokes that were sent to me this week, and they're really funny. Well, I think they are. They're Halloween or kind of fallish jokes. Okay, let me get my paper here that I wrote them on. Yes, I have to have notes. I've got notes everywhere. I forget what I wanted to talk about. All right. Alrighty, so this one was sent to me through a message on Facebook, and she said, this is what she said. Ha ha, this is funny because I like apple pie. Okay, ready? Why did the apple pie have to go to the dentist? I like apple pie also, I just can't eat it anymore. Okay, I can't have the crust and I can't have the sugar, but I do love apple pie. She had to go to the dentist because she needed a filling. She was out of filling. Oh, come on. You guys know that is funny. Let me see some smiley faces. There we go. Isn't that just fun? The lady that sent me this one said it was in her dad jokes collection. All right, this other one is from somebody else, and I found this one to be extremely humorous too. She said, why did the scarecrow win a medal? I like scarecrows. All of my grandkids, when they were little, were terrified of scarecrows. Anyway, why did the scarecrow win a medal? Because he was outstanding in his field. Okay, that's funny. Come on. Outstanding in his field. He was doing his job. All righty, enough of the nonsense. All right, I do have a shout out for you. And this is another one I came across that I used to watch, and I haven't watched her lately. Her YouTube channel is called Lisa Loves Crochet and Knit. I found her channel when I was looking for some Halloween things. She does tutorials on lots of cute crochet patterns and knit. And I really enjoyed her channel. Okay, her name is Lisa, of course. Lisa Loves Crochet and Knit. You know what to do. Go like, subscribe, and where's my bell? Ring my bell. No, ring her bell and my bell. And just an understanding of why the three are important. When you subscribe to a channel, that you're just telling YouTube, I like the channel. When you like a video, you're telling YouTube, I like that particular video. When you ring the bell, you're telling YouTube, I want to see more videos from that channel. Okay? That's why a lot of you will message me and you'll say, I subscribe to your channel. I like your videos. How come I'm not seeing them? You have to ring the bell. They don't contact you through email or anything like that. It's just when you get on YouTube and you go to that front page where they give you suggestions. If you want to see my videos, you have to ring the bell. Or you can just go to my YouTube channel and see what's new. You can do that also. But that's why ringing the bell is important. When I was first doing YouTube, I did not even understand how that all worked. And of course, the algorithms change all the time. It really kind of confuses me that they give you the option to monetize your videos and then they don't show your videos to anybody. That's something that just totally, goes over my head how the algorithm works, because I have almost 90,000 subscribers and they're not showing them to them, and I don't understand. Anyway, moving right along, because we don't want any negative. I want to show you this yarn because this is the yarn that Premier sent me. It's called Gradient Glitter, and I want to show you what I've been working on with it, because this is going to be something that I'm going to put out there for you as well. I was thinking about doing this in a crochet along, but I don't think I'm going to. All right, so let's take a look at how it stitches up. All right, so this is the box. I just got all sit inside this box. These are what they look like. They're gradient or ombre, and they're long. Like it goes from the dark to the light, or from the center, it goes from the light to the dark. This is the blue one. It's called Royal Blue. I've got this one. Isn't this gorgeous? This one is called Sangria Tones. I've got a green tones in here. I don't know if it's just greens. I can't remember. Yeah, green tones. And then I have the beige one. And I've been using the beige one the most because I'm using it in and out. Let me see if I've got... And you'll notice I have some balls of this in here. That's because I keep trying different patterns with it until I'm happy with it. And this is what I came up with, and I think it's beautiful. And I want to make it into a shrug. I was originally going to do a Ruana, which is like a long vest. But the patterns that I was practicing with, I just didn't like the way it was laying. This yarn has wonderful drape. And so I wanted something that was going to drape and lay beautifully. And I really love how this particular pattern is working out. Isn't that pretty? It's just a 4 pattern row repeat. And you can see it, how long it's gotten so far. It's just gorgeous. I wanted to show it to you. I don't know if you can see that glitter in there. I was going to try to move it. I don't know if you can see it, but you might be able to see it better on here. They all have that glitter thread going through it, and it's just gorgeous. And I'm using all 4 cakes to make it. It's going to be beautiful. And if I do this right, I might have enough left over to make Rosie a new sweater. Anyhow, like I said, this is a Premier yarn, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if you can see those sparkles in there. There you go. You can see the glitter in it here. It shows up in the darker shade, but each one of them starts light in the center and goes dark. So you can decide whether you want to start from the center and go dark, or you can start on the outside and go light. I've started all of mine from going light to dark, and let me show you what I mean by that. This is where I started, and you can see there were lighter tones. And as I've gotten farther on in the project, you can see even that beige has gotten a lot darker. And this is just gorgeous yarn. It's 100% acrylic. And I just wanted to show you how far I'd gotten on it. Okay? And it's a really, really fun yarn to use. It slides beautifully on the hook. And it stitches up gorgeous. And it has wonderful drape. I mean, like I said, originally I was going to make that Ruana type sweater, but I just wasn't liking how the colors were flowing with some of the stitches that I was using. And so I set it aside so that I could really think about it. And then I took it all out and started over. And I absolutely love it. And if I've got everything measured correctly, I should have enough to make Rosie a little sweater as well. Okay, if not, I'll make her a collar, but that yarn is so gorgeous. It really, really is. All right, now, remember last week I showed you this yarn kit that I had gotten at Aldi's, O-L-L-I-E-S. Well, a lady in my group told me that she had got one at Five Below. And I thought, well, this is, let me see the price here. This was $12.99 at Aldi's, and it is a great kit. I mean, it is super fun. Now, they're telling you to finger knit it. I'm going to finger crochet it. Okay? So, I decided, since my friend said she got hers at Five Below, I was going to swing by there and see if I could pick up another one, because I got 2 grandgirls. You know, I like to give them the same stuff sometimes. Not exactly, but, you know, similar. And so, I came across some other crochet kits, and I had so much fun looking at these. And so, I want to show these to you real quick. I found 4 different kits, all right? So I went to Five Below, And Five Below is just a really fun store. Has all kinds of neat things. I get nail polish there sometimes and other fun things. They're great during the holidays. They always go along with what the holidays are. Well, these are 2 kits that I picked up from there. I believe these were $5 a piece. And the kit comes, let me turn them over so you can see the backs of them. The kit comes with a crochet hook, all the yarn you need to make the project. This one is a bag with the strawberry. There's a glare on there. And this one's really cute. Daisies with that sort of bag as well. They're both tote bags, or they're calling them pouches because they're not very big. Okay, so you get all the yarn you need, and you get the crochet hook. And I opened one of these. I can't remember which one I opened. I want to show you. There we go. All right. So you're getting all the yarn, crochet hook, and the crochet hook is plastic. And I believe this is about the size of my eye hook. Here's an H hook. Let me see. Yeah, this is about an eye hook. It doesn't say on there the size. Okay? But they give you a pamphlet there and all the yarn that you need for the project. And it looks like it's all about a medium weight number 4. Okay? But what I thought was really cool is you pay $5 for this particular kit, but you get a book like this, and it explains all the stitches. This is great for beginners. All the stitches that you're going to use. And then it has the whole pattern with pictures. It's a complete photo tutorial. Okay? And then you can make a bunch more, you know? And you can do different colors. So you're paying for you know, the yarn and stuff, which I don't know the brand of yarn. It doesn't say, you know, but it is a neat kit to get. And then you could also make a lot more out of it. And I'm pretty sure I paid $5 for these 2 kits. And they're super cute. I think they would make great Christmas gifts. I like this one the best, but this one is super cute also. And like I said, you get everything that you need. You'll have to pick up a needle, a pair of scissors, you know, stuff like that you might have on hand. But they're beautiful. I love them both. Okay, now at this particular Five Below here in Yukon, they also had a whole bunch of knitting kits. And I think they were $3. I can't remember exactly. They had a set of plastic knitting needles, and there were like little Amy's things. And I'm not into the knit Amy's. I'm not. But anyway, if you want to get knitting kits, they had those too. But I only saw these 2 styles in the crochet kits. And I think they're great because, like I said, you get everything to do it. And then you get a pamphlet that's a complete photo tutorial. And you can make as many as you want in whatever colors that you want. All right, so that's the 2 kits I got at Five Below. Then I stopped by Aldi to pick up some eggs and milk. And I went down that aisle of shame that I was talking about. And I found these 2 kits. Now, I believe these were $9.99. All right. Each kit, you get, like this one, you get enough to make the rabbit and the turtle. This one, you get enough to make the octopus, the cat, fortune cookie. Although this one gives you 4 patterns. Okay. And I was going to show you this one. And this one has more patterns in it also. I opened this one up because the book is really neat that you get with this. Let me get this open. All right, and I like this because it's all in a box that you can slide right out. But look at this book. Isn't this neat? It gives you all the information you need for terminology and stuff. And then again, photo tutorial for the turtle, the rabbit, koala bear, giggling gala. That's a parrot. I don't know how you say that. Isn't that cute? And this one they made it in white also. Isn't this a neat thing? I love the books for these. They both have books like that. And you can see this yarn. It looks like it's a medium weight number 4. Okay, let me set this aside. They have pulled all the air out of the stuffing. I love that. And then in here you get a metal hook and a metal needle. I don't see the size of the crochet hook, but it might say in here. Let me check real quick. No, it just says crochet hook. Okay, let me look on the box. It just says metal crochet hook on that side. Let's see. Yeah, it just says metal crochet hook. So I don't know what size that is. It looked like about a 4.5. No, that's got to be smaller. But anyway, you know, when you're doing Amy, you're going to do it smaller. But I thought these were really great bargains. Because, yes, you can test it out. You can make a bunny and a turtle. And then you also have patterns for the koala and the parrot. You know, and the book is really nice. So you could buy it for yourself and make all of these things. Because once you have the book, you can make as many as you want to. Now if I can cram it back in the box. We'll do that later. But anyway, right now, if you know, like when you go to Walmart and they have some, they're real expensive. They're like $20 and you only get a pattern for one Amy. And in here you're getting 2 or 3 plus the book to do several others. And it's worth it just for the book. I mean, that is just a really nice quality book, you know? So anyway, I'll probably do those myself. I may give them away. I have a couple of friends that, you know, my one friend at church, and then she has a friend that also likes to crochet. So I may give some of these away. But I just thought they were really great bargains, you know, and I love that crochet has become popular again. I really love that. Yes, there are a lot of companies that are doing the crochet and knit kits in the stores. But the thing is, just in my opinion, the ones that I saw, now I have some from Hobby Lobby that are very good as well. Remember I showed you that chicken? I started it. I haven't finished it yet. I need to get it finished because I want to make it a Christmas chicken. I don't know what you mean by hype. What is the hype? And why can't I comment when it's showing on some... I don't know what that means. I'm so sorry. The hype. You're going to have to give me a explanation of what that means. So anyway, as far as commenting on my videos, you should be able to comment. The only time it takes a comment off is if you've used a curse word. And I have several words that are inappropriate. Words like hate or things like that. It'll hold them. But anytime anybody comments on my videos, even if it's inappropriate or something like that, it puts it in a holding place. And then I can go in there and, oh, they were just talking about something else. That's okay. I rarely ever have to delete a video or a comment. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. And I don't know what you mean by hype. So, sorry. I wish I could answer that question for you. So, anyway, I've not seen that. I must not have the ability for the hype because I have never heard of it. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to write it down. H-Y-P-E, hype. I will look it up. I don't have a clue about that. I definitely would like to have my videos seen more. All right. So anyway, I'll check into that. I don't even know what that means. Sue, you said I have the hype? Okay. Like I said, this is the first I've heard of it. But if it gives me more points, more people to see it, use it. You know, so, but anyway, I thought these kits were so cool. I'm going to put this one over here since I cannot get it back in the box right now. There we go. And I want to move these over because I want to show you what we did this week. Now, last week we did the shell stitch. This or that. How many shell stitches are there? What's a shell stitch? And all of that. And it was a really good video. And I did have some additional questions on it. And so what I did is I'm doing another video because there were some questions about single crochets in between shells. What's the difference between a shell and a fan? And things like that. And so I did another video that'll be ready for tomorrow at 7:30 in the morning, my time, concerning shell stitches, but also talking about fan stitches and things like that. And I have a book that I showed you with some that I'm showing you with some pictures, and also I'm going to do a demo as well. Okay, because there is confusion because, you know, like I've said before, I have a bunch of crochet books, and it'll be called one thing in one crochet book and another thing in another crochet book. And so there's confusing, and a lot of it has to do with old crochet books and new crochet books. And it really depends on where you get it from, like maybe Leisure Arts or Annie's or, you know, Aldi, you know. And so we dealt with that a lot. Okay. So anyway, yes, baby blanket with the shell stitch. They do make great baby blankets because you can do the shell stitch staggered and it makes a beautiful texture and there's no holes in it. Okay, I think I have a blanket. I do. I have 2 different shell stitch blankets, but I have a lot of them and a lot of shells and blankets and different things because there's so many different ways that you can use them. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it again and kind of clear the confusion of the fan stitch and the shell stitch. Okay. Now, what we did for Friday Fun Day, you can see she's got her Halloween striped headband on. And I also made 2 other ones because they're just super fun. And I had a friend that wanted some. Let me pop over here real quick. And these are the, this one has kind of a, what I call a Beetlejuice vibe because I striped it in black and white and I put purple and green in the band. And this one has kind of candy corn fun, you know, because it's those colors. And then the one that she's wearing back there is just 5 different colors, Halloween colors that I put together. And they're just kind of fun. But the truth of the matter is you can do these any colors that you want. You could use Christmas colors, Easter colors, spring colors. And if you want it to be whiter, like you want it to be more of a head, an ear warmer, just it's stitched around so you can just do more stripes, you know, to make it taller. And it's super easy to adjust smaller and larger because all you have to do is just do more or less stitches and measure it for the head that you want because there isn't any fancy stitches in it. So it's super easy to adjust and super fun. And I was going to wear one of them for Halloween when I'm handing out candy. And then I forgot about what we did yesterday. I love this so much. I've got Stitch here. I've got Skip here. I keep calling him Stitch. And he's wearing our striped cat hat. Isn't that adorable? I just love it. It's super easy and super fun. Okay, so the original thing I wanted to do was to make a black cat hat for Halloween. But you know, it's really, really hard to film black yarn. I mean, you can if you've got like white underneath and you can get the light under there and stuff. And so if you want to do this in all black, you can make a really cute black cat. But I chose Halloween colors and I striped it. I love this sort of a soft purple, bright green, and bright orange. And then I gave him green eyes with the, you know, the lines. And I made mine fairly sweet. He's got, you know, cranky eyebrows. But you can do it however that you want. You can make the whiskers bigger. You can make the nose bigger. You can make the eyes bigger or smaller, you know, whatever that you want. And it's super duper easy. Simple cat hat. So I think I'm going to wear this instead for Halloween when I'm handing out candy. Because the truth is, you could just put on an orange outfit and your cat hat, or a black, depending on what color you want to make your hat. Wouldn't it be cute to make it all white and use pink? Now, you're going to have to make a tail if you're going to go as a kitten or a cat. And I'm sure you can find a way of making a cat tail. If you wanted to, and attach it to the back of your outfit. But I don't have one. But anyway, I just thought it was super cute. It's really easy. Because the reality is you're doing 2 regular and 2 front posts for the band. And then the rest of the hat all the way up here is just double crochet rows. And so if you wanted to make it bigger or smaller, just multiples of 2 because you're doing 2 here. Super easy. And I every year, okay, I'm trying to stutter, like too much in my brain. Every year I try to make a fun Halloween hat. But you know me, I don't like scary Halloween. I like silly fun Halloween. And so I wanted to make a hat that was easy, stitches up quick, and is super cute. And it really, really is. And I just really love it. Isn't that cute? It's just fun. And I like fun. I really do like fun. Now you're asking about what's on the back of my chair. This is a wrap that I did last year. It's called Falling Leaves. I have it out because I'm going to give it to somebody. I don't know if you can see the leaf pattern in there. This yarn is from Michael's, I believe. I believe the name of it is Falling Leaves, actually. Let me show you. I pulled it out because I want to give it to someone. She lost her sister this last week. She's been really sick, and she lost her sister this last week. So I thought I would give this to her on Sunday when I see her. Because I call it my ministry. I like to make shawls, and I like to give them away to cheer people up and let them know I'm thinking about them, praying for them. That's kind of one of the things that I do. I just like doing it. I like making people feel better. A lot of times I'll just take a shawl and come behind them and just wrap it around their shoulders and tell them, I'm thinking about you today. Hope you have a better day. Or I'm praying for you. I know you lost your sister. Is probably what I'll tell her. And so that's just something that I do. And I have it out because I want to make sure I remember to give it to her, because she has beautiful hair and it's kind of like a gray silver. And I think it would look really pretty with that gray, don't you? She has gorgeous hair. So, like my sister, you all remember when my sister was here visiting and we did a video together. She has like just gorgeous shiny, it's not really gray, it's silver hair. Okay, so what else? Now, this Friday we're going to do our October Cup of the Month, and I just love it. It turned out so cute. Sometimes I'll make them and I'm like, I'm going to do that over. I don't like it. And I'll do it over and come up with something else. This one, I just love our cup, and it's going to be so cute. And so we're going to do that for Friday Fun Day as our Cup of the Month. I'm calling it pumpkin spice, but it's really not pumpkin spice. It's more pumpkin than spice. Alrighty. And then, if I looked at my book right, on Monday, it's either Monday or Friday of next week, we're going to do our Halloween costume for our Joy Bears. And so what I did is I have like a basic pattern for a outfit and a hat. And by the details that you add or how you change the colors, it can become several different things. I think... well, I don't want to give it away, but think animals and insects. Because I wanted to keep it fun and not scary. I wanted to keep it fun and, cheerful and happy. And silly. A lot of people really like going all out for scary things. Like my whole neighborhood's filled with skeletons right now because they all buy those great big ones. And I don't really decorate for Halloween. I just decorate for fall. And I don't mind giving out candy or, treats or toys or whatever. But I'm just not going to, that's just not me. you know. But I do love to decorate for fall and for Christmas. And so I'm looking forward to that. My husband last year, he bought a whole bunch of Christmas lights. And he said, I know this isn't a contest, but if there was, our house is going to win. So we may be able to see our house from the moon. But I'm really looking forward. I love Christmas lights, and I love Christmas time, and I love Christmas carols, and I'm a sap when it comes to that sort of thing. I just bumped my finger. I think I got a splinter. But anyway. Oh. I don't understand the hype, Sue. But I hope that you'll all use it. I'm going to have to look into that. I had never heard of that. I'm going to look into it. I'll check on, because I look at lots of other people's YouTube channels all the time, because I'm always looking for people that I can tell you to go and look at. So make sure when you go over and see Lisa from Lisa Loves Crochet and Knit, you hype her too. You know. So anyway, I wish they would just make it so that if you're following a channel, they show you their their videos. I don't know why they have to make it so hard, you know. A video of the house. I will yeah. I love Christmas with the Cranks. I love that. That's Elf is my favorite all-time Christmas. Well, no, Snoopy's Christmas is my favorite all-time Christmas video show. But Elf is my second all-time favorite. But after I saw Christmas with the Cranks, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I love the end when they all get together for when their daughter comes back. It's so neat. But yeah, I like Christmas Story too. I just love Christmas movies. They're just so much fun. Anyway, let me see if there's anything else. Now remember, next Tuesday, I'm going to be announcing what the October giveaway is also. And I can't decide. I've got two different things. And I'm not going to tell you what they are. But I've got two different ideas, you know. And so I was looking. I have a kit for a pumpkin. And I'm thinking I'm going to include that with some other yarns that you can use for fall decorating. Because it's kind of, you know, it's October, but I try to think like a month ahead, Thanksgiving. And you can decorate, you know, with pumpkins and leaves and stuff all the way through Thanksgiving. Or I should say Americans' Thanksgiving. Did Canada already have theirs? Was it in October? Wait, this is September. October starts tomorrow. But anyway, whether you decorate for Halloween or not, it's okay. I enjoy looking at everybody else's, so I don't mean that to be a downer, okay? We have a person that lives across the street from us that has one of those, I call them ginormous skeletons, and they put it up, it's already up, and they get it all ready for Halloween. And then when Halloween's over, they put it in put leaves all over it and pumpkins all around the bottom of it still and everything. And then the day after Thanksgiving, that skeleton becomes a skeleton Santa. They put Santa hat on it and a big ugly sweater and, I mean, Christmas lights all over it, and it is so much fun. And so I do enjoy that. I'm just not into scary. I don't like it. Put cemetery stuff out like that. But if other people enjoy it, it's okay with me. I'll enjoy looking at other people. Next weekend is Canada's. Okay. So it is in October then. Okay. I can never remember October 13th. Okay. Thank you. So happy Thanksgiving to Canadians. Well, when we lived up in Parker, our next door neighbor, her husband was from Alaska and she was from Canada. I think Calgary, I think is what she said. I can't remember. But we love these people, great neighbors. They're still up there. I wish we still lived next door to them. It was so fun. I watched her have her little boy, and not watched her literally, and then after we moved, they had a little girl, and they're just such cute kids. But anyway, she would always tell me about all the holidays and stuff. And her mom came and visited one time, and she was having to work. No, she had a doctor's appointment for the first baby. And because she was getting ready to have her baby, her mom was there. But her mom bit something and broke her tooth. So I had to take her to we found a dentist and to get her in and get her taken care of. But her mom was hilarious. I had so much fun with her mom. She was like 80 years old. And this woman was hilarious. And she was like, I see you have a convertible. Did you drive around with topless? I'm like, do you mean with the convertible down or topless? She goes, oh, both. You know, she was just so funny. I really enjoyed it. I love people that can laugh, you know. So anyway. You know, I thought about doing videos, Leslie, around the neighborhood. I am terrible at doing the night videos. I'll see if my husband can do them. I can take pictures and videos during the day. I know where the sun needs to be and all of that stuff. But at nighttime, I never can get it right. I never, ever can. I have a very expensive Nikon digital camera. But to be honest with you, I take better pictures with my iPad. I almost always use my iPad. It has a sensational... I got a brand new iPad because mine could no longer be updated. I have had it that long where it can no longer be updated. So for Christmas, my husband got me a new iPad. But anyway, no, actually it was my birthday. I'm thinking wrong. It was after my birthday, but for my birthday. But anyway, I get sensational pictures and videos with my iPad. The camera on there is just amazing. And it has all the stuff that you can... edit the pictures on there also, and I really love that. So anyway, we are way past 11. It's 11:11. So I need to let you guys go. So just a reminder, go see Lisa Loves Crochet and Knit. Show her some crochet love. Go hit your Five Below. Go hit your Aldi if you have them there for some of these kits. Now, I did see in the Aldi ad, they are going to be getting some more crochet kits for Thanksgiving and also for Christmas. And I also saw in the Five Below ads that they do have some crochet kits that are like scary things. Like there was one that was like a zombie and different stuff like that. And if you're looking for those are up in the Halloween section. Anyway, thought I'd let you know. My voice is getting tired. Alrighty, so thank you all for being with me today, and I'll see you next week.